How do organisations throughout Northern Ireland prepare for emergency situations? Well, I'm here in Derry, Londonderry, where a major conference is focusing on that very issue. The occasion is the annual conference of the Northern Ireland branch of the Emergency Planning Society. Delegates gathered at the City Hotel to hear a number of local and international speakers and to participate in discussion forums.
The event basically is the annual conference of the Northern Ireland branch of the Emergency Planning Society, which is the UK's leading professional body for everyone involved in emergency planning or resilience planning. The branch was founded in 2001 and this is our 11th AGM. We as a professional body have membership from a wide range of organisations, from the public sector, health, local councils, education, through to the retail sector. And the event over the next couple of days have a range of speakers from across various organisations. We have representatives from the PSNI who are talking about security and a project Argus which helps retail organisations to plan for security attacks and how they manage sort of security alerts. Other speakers will cover a range of resilience and emergency planning issues.
So I'm an emergency physician in the United States, Massachusetts General Hospital, one of the Harvard hospitals, and I teach emergency preparedness at the Harvard School of Public Health in Boston. I was lucky enough to meet a number of the delegation from this area when they came to the United States for a trip about disaster preparedness. I gave them a lecture and they reached out to ask me to come over and visit. My message is that we've done a lot in the last 10 years in emergency preparedness with a fair amount of money, and obviously we're going into hard times, and we still need to keep working towards preparedness. Just because the budget is tightening doesn't mean that the threats are stopping, and we need to find ways to be better prepared with less and less resources. The suggestions are really to come together as communities. We want everyone involved in health preparedness, whether it's the fire service and ambulance, whether it's hospitals, public health officials, others in government, that if they come together, if they meet regularly, if they plan and learn how each other plans to respond, they can do much better if they're ever called in time of a disaster.
We are doing a review of the society, and when I came over to Northern Ireland for part of that review, I was talking to Jerry Killen, the chairman of the Northern Ireland branch, to say that we should actually come over and support events more. And he said, well, we do have our conference later on this year. So he extended an invitation to me. And so I've come over to show my support, well, to the society's support to the branches in the good work that they actually do. All our members are competent people in their own fields. And it's events like this that bring everybody together to share the knowledge, to share the experiences, so that we can actually become the voice of the profession, which is what we would like to do.
We have a lovely city here. We want to showcase that as well. But on top of that, I think when we're talking about emergencies and planning, it is absolutely vital that we do the likes of that, because we're entering into the City of Culture year, which is next year. We have 140 events so far planned for that year. A lot of them will be, you're talking about crowd control and stuff like that. We have the one-day peace concert. We have the Club Around the World Yacht coming. So we have a load of different things coming here.
We're here to discuss about emergency planning and and how we look after events. And because of the City of Culture coming up, we have a list of, as long as your arm, of events coming up. So it's just to get a perspective of how we're going to manage these, and if anything goes wrong, that we're prepared to react and respond and recover from that.
My name's Joanne McKenna. I work for the Red Cross in Northern Ireland, and we're very proud to be a member of the Emergency Planning Society, have been for a number of years. In fact, last year I was invited to present on some work. We're looking at the impact of flooding on people in Northern Ireland. So the Emergency Planning Society is very interested in our research on how we can work better together to improve response and recovery in local community situations in Northern Ireland. Red Cross, we're very pleased. I think we're recognised as the leading voluntary sector provider in Northern Ireland, but there are other voluntary organisations, and we're working with the Emergency Planning Society to bring others on board, because we feel that the voluntary and community sector can do more in preparedness and response.
My specific interest is in the field of flood emergency response and flood emergency management. And we have a number of flood threats in Dublin City Council, and we're also very interested to improve the resilience and the quality.
Well, an opportunity to attend an event like this is really invaluable, as is many Emergency Planning Society events. It's a great opportunity to network with people who are working in emergency planning on a day-to-day, year-to-year basis. And of course, it changes the whole dynamics of emergency planning. So often someone is a name at the bottom of an email, but when you come along here, you meet with individuals, you put a face to that email address, and of course it means you're interacting with them in a completely different way, so that when an event happens, an emergency happens, you're most likely to respond in an entirely different way.
I'm Barney Haywood. I'm the Group Chief Environmental Health Officer for the western part of Northern Ireland. And one of my functions is regionally, I'm also the Secretary of the Local Government Emergency Management Group, which tries to bring together the local government organisation for emergency planning across all 26 councils, and to provide liaison between local government and the police, MOD, all the central government departments, etc. So this sort of development is very important for us, because this brings together a multi-agency group of people who all have an interest in emergency planning. We are trying desperately to get the development of emergency planning in Northern Ireland up to a higher level. And I think to learn from the experience of others, which is what we're here to do today, is very important.